Hey guys, my name is Dr. Oma Ravalya and I'm a physiotherapist by profession. I'll be starting my Masters in Physiotherapy at Cardiff University. The reason I decided to start a YouTube channel is because many students like me are confused and worried about starting their journey into a new country, especially during COVID. Also, I'll be posting videos about my experiences as well as I'll be giving out advices for the students who are planning to come in November and January intake. Today I'll be traveling to London on a Tier 4 visa, that is a student visa, and I'll be sharing my entire journey with you. So let's begin our experience.
So I'm on my way to Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj International Airport, Mumbai, and I'm flying from Mumbai to London via Delhi.
So it is advisable to reach 3 hours early to the airport. My flight is at 7:40 and it's 4:20 right now, so I'm early and I'll be going inside in a while.
So I'm flying with Air Vistara and I'm allowed to carry 2 pieces of 32 kg each. Total is 64 kg as check-in baggage and 1 separate piece of 7 kg as hand baggage, and a laptop bag is separate along with a sling bag. Why did I choose to fly with Vistara instead of other airlines which fly to London directly from Mumbai? I'll answer this question in the video later. One thing, make sure that you have already downloaded the Arogya Setu app and answered few questions which mark you as safe. They will be checking that along with your passport at the entrance. After getting inside the airport, there is one new rule for traveling during the COVID. That is, you're supposed to print your boarding pass as well as baggage tag and attach it to the bag by yourself. There are 3 to 4 baggage tag printing kiosks inside the airport where you need to enter your reference number and the number of bags, and you'll get your baggage tags as well as the boarding pass. Put the printed tags on your check-in baggage and head to the bag drop counter. Head over for security check after that.
Now we are inside the Mumbai airport and I'll be boarding my Vistara flight, which is about 7:40. And it's from Mumbai to Delhi, and then later I'll be boarding a flight from Delhi to London. So here I have one of my roommate who is traveling along with me, Sukhmeet Kaur.
Hi.
So we are done with our security check-in and check-in baggage, and we are waiting outside our gate to board our Delhi flight. So we have 4 hours layover in Delhi, and make sure that you always carry light, and we are wearing heavy jackets just because we didn't have luggage space. Any other tips which you want to give?
No, but yeah, travel light. That's the only thing I will say.
Yeah,
It's too heavy right now.
and we are actually tired. In fact, at the Mumbai airport itself.
Yeah, we have
Like-
to do the same thing 2 times more now.
So our immigration will be done at Delhi airport. Right now, inside the Mumbai airport, all we did was just checked in our baggage, and we crossed the security check, and we came directly to our boarding gate, and we were waiting for approximately an hour.
Yeah.
And then we'll board the flight. They informed us that our immigration would be done at Delhi airport. So that's it. Now we'll be boarding the flight.
While boarding the flight, they gave us a kit which included a face shield, 2 to 3 masks, and a sanitizer. For the people sitting in the middle seat, they were given an additional PPE gown. They did serve meals on the domestic flight as well, and I selected the vegetarian meal which included corn puff and an honey oats cookie.
really get time to shoot at Delhi airport. But after getting down at Delhi airport, they first asked us to fill a self-declaration form which stated that we don't have any COVID symptoms. And then they asked us to exit the airport through the domestic gate and enter the airport again through the international gate. So we took our luggage and we went to the international gate. We only had our hand luggage with us. Our check-in baggage were transported directly to our London flight. So after entering the international gate, we went directly through the immigration, where they asked us questions like which country we are going to, why we are going to, what is the purpose of our visit, and have we ever been to any other country, and what was the
Name of the university.
what was the name
Name of the university, or what is the course that you're going for. Yeah, like those are the common questions, and it varies for person to person.
And then we had to go through security check all over again, and we were really very tired.
Yeah, really.
So we had to remove all our electronics in one basket again, and then remove our jackets and keep in one basket, and then again go through all the security check. After the security check, I think we just had hardly 1 to 2 hours left to grab food or to eat something. We initially thought 4 hours would be a big layover and we will be bored at the airport, but
It was timed perfectly.
yeah, it was timed perfectly. We did have 2 hours to grab lunch and board our next flight. We are not wearing any mask right now because since we stay together and we are in a public space and there's no one around us right now, hence we are not wearing any mask.
While boarding a flight from Delhi to London, we were again provided with 2 masks, 1 face shield, and a sanitizer. Inside the flight, they also provided us with 1 blanket which was completely new and properly tagged, and also a bottle of water. One good thing about Vistara is they had charging plug points in the economy class, as well as there is free complimentary Wi-Fi for everyone, so that was a huge advantage. Almost 1 hour after the flight took off, they served us our dinner, where the veg meal consisted of rice, chole, palak, a bread bun, and a brownie. All the meals were preheated and served hot, which shows their exceptional services even during COVID. We're supposed to use our own headset or earphones for watching a movie or listening to music on screen. I slept for almost 2 to 3 hours, and when I woke up, it was early morning as per British time zone, and the views were just breathtaking. They were just incredible. hours before landing, they served us our breakfast. Our flight was supposed to land at 6:55 am, but we reached early and our flight landed at around 6:25 am.
After getting down at London airport, the flight attendant announced that they will be announcing the specific seat number and those people have to exit the flight that way. So that way the social distancing was definitely maintained and it was safe enough for everyone to exit the flight without rushing or running to get out of the flight. So after exiting the flight, we immediately went for immigration. So there was a huge line for immigration. Basically, there were 3 to 5 flights landing at the same time and everyone was going for immigration immediately. So there was a rush kind of. There were almost around 100 people. But though we landed early, so we were ahead in the line and it took us just 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So for us, for specifically me, they asked questions like which university, which course will you be studying, how much time are you planning to stay in UK, and that's it. So he asked me these 3 questions and that was it. What about you? What did he ask for you?
He actually asked me just one question is what was I studying in the UK, and yeah, that's it. Like that's it for me.
So usually they ask different questions
Yeah.
to different people, but the entire immigration process took us just 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Whereas for
including the line, standing in the line.
yeah, including standing in the line. Whereas for some people, it takes 2 hours or 3 hours depending how many flats landed at that time and how fast you rush through immigration. So we have one more friend with us who did fly from Dubai to London and she's one of our roommate as well. Her name is Reenu Prince. So I'll be asking her as well what was her experience while traveling to London. So hi Reenu, how was your overall experience like from flying from Dubai to London?
So I took the Emirates flight, and the time that I landed, there were so many other flights that were landing at the same time. So it took me about 1.5 to 2 hours to cross the immigration. And when I reached the counter, they just asked me questions for about 3 minutes. Basically, which course I'm doing, which university, and since I'm like an Indian national from UAE, they asked me why I'm traveling from UAE and about my UAE residency visa. So it was just very short conversation for 3 minutes and I was done.
But it took you like 2 to 3 hours.
It took me 1.5 to 2 hours. There was a long queue, so there were around 3 flights that landed at the same time.
Okay. So thank you for sharing your experience. So the next question is, why did I fly from Mumbai to Delhi and Delhi to London instead of directly flying from Mumbai to London? So I'm sure most of you will be having this question. So when I was researching about all the flights before, I had heard that few airlines, they do provide extra student luggage, but because of the COVID, they were not allowing that, and hence I wanted 64 kg, which Vistara was assuring me that I would definitely be allowed to carry 64 kg. So Vistara was allowing me 64 kg, which was what I needed exactly, whereas the other airlines allowed somewhere around 46 or 35 kg. And I was in a fear, what if at airport the other airlines do not allow me the extra student luggage and they deny me to carry the extra luggage, then I'll have to pay for it. So one of the reason was I chose Vistara so that I can get those 64 kg assurance. Directly it was printed on my boarding pass that it's a 64 kg, and so hence I went with Vistara. So the second reason was that the Vistara does provide in-flight services. We were worried about the food and meals as well. So when we called the Vistara customer care, they assured us that the hot meals would be provided during the flight, and indeed they did serve us very good meals during the flight. Even for a domestic flight for 2 hours, they did provide us a meal, and even for international, 2 meals were provided to us, and they were properly hot and everything. It tastes really good. And the in-flight services were available. I did watch a movie while traveling, and I was listening to songs in between, so it was one of the advantage. Also the Vistara's new Boeing 7897 Dreamliner, it's a new, and it was a really good experience traveling by that. I am someone who has motion sickness, so I tend to vomit or I have that nausea feeling while traveling, but with Vistara I didn't feel that at all. So it was so good, like the journey was so smooth, and hence I would definitely recommend Vistara to anyone. I am not sponsored by them. I wish I was sponsored by them to promote them, but I am not sponsored by them, and it was just my honest review about my journey. Indeed, traveling during COVID was one of the difficult time, and we were very worried how we would go and how we would manage everything, but Vistara made everything so easy. So I would definitely recommend Vistara to anyone. So in the next video, I'll be speaking about how to travel to Cardiff from London, also about how to get your BRP card and what changes you might see because of COVID. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon for timely updates. And if you guys have any questions or queries, please feel free to ask in the comment section and I'll reply to you as soon as possible. Thank you.